Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. You saw the title and thumbnail, so let's get into it. This video is going to be a little chaotic for two reasons. One is that I actually already filmed this video twice in January. They haven't been edited and we're going to be okay with that. And so this video might come out before, it probably will come out before the January one. But the second reason it's a little chaotic is because I actually filmed like blindly choosing what I read for a week, also in January. It hasn't been edited. This video, again, will probably come out before those January ones. And that is just okay. I tried to be okay with it because the perfectionist in me is like, no, I have to film them in order and then post them in order. But here we are. So anyways, I'm going to start with one of the books from this stack. I've just been really wanting to read a book from this stack and figured this is a great time to do it. Not all of the books in this video will be from this stack, but the first one will be. So let's go ahead and choose the book. Oh wait, I don't have an 8. I forgot, I don't have an 8, so the 8 will be the green one. Okay. 5. Okay, which one is 5? Okay, this one is 5. I think it's hardback. It's kind of thick. Yeah, it's definitely hardback. I don't remember what all the books, I only remember 2 of the books that are in here in this stack. It's been so long. But the stack has a theme. Ooh, Rootless. Okay, okay. So I don't know, I can't remember what this is about. Let's read the cover. The little quick synopsis says, a provocative debut novel about a marriage in crisis that asks, can you ever be rooted in a home that's on the brink of collapse? Which is interesting. So I don't know if this is, I think this is fiction, not romance. But it'd be interesting if it's a romance. Yeah, I don't know. But I am excited. I'm excited. And it's just so pretty, the colors. I've realized I might have exited my black era where I was just wearing black all the time and everything. And I'm like, ooh, colors are pretty. Okay, let's get to reading. Oh, also we need to figure out the weather. So for this video, I'm going to do the high of the day is going to be the number of pages that I read. So today's high is 79 degrees. Currently 77. All right, let's get to reading. This video is also going to be a little chaotic because I'm a slow reader and I have a full-time job. And so trying to read 80 pages a day, that's like 3 hours of reading. It's a lot. Okay, so some books are more slow to start and others you're just dropped right into the plot and trying to figure out what the heck is going on. This one, I would say, is more chill, slow. It's definitely building and you immediately see the progression. Basically, the husband, Sam, we'll sit with F.A. F.A. leaves without a trace and Sam is trying to figure out what's going on. And then the next chapter, it's like 19 years ago, and the next one's 18 years ago, and then 17 years ago, and then 16 years ago. So right now I think I'm at like 13 years ago. 10 years ago. Right now I'm at 10 years ago. So each chapter is progressively getting closer to current day. But so it's definitely building. But I don't know. This definitely is a fiction. It's not romance, which is good. But sometimes I'm like, what is the point of fiction? I don't know. But today, the high was 69. It's now 68. So I'm gonna read 68 pages. I've already read like 25 of them. So just almost halfway through today's reading. But yeah. Okay, so I got about halfway in Such a Fun Age, not Such a Fun, I was just thinking about Such a Fun Age in Rootless, and I just don't know if general fiction is for me. I don't know, I would love to find a 5-star general fiction book. I can't remember if Such a Fun Age was 5 stars or 4 stars. I can't remember, but yeah, I will say I do relate to the character because she doesn't want kids. I would love to foster, not necessarily have biological kids, open to biological, but I understand how she feels, which is fun, and it's just cool to see the Ghanaian culture, and seeing Ghanaian culture is so similar to Nigerian culture, like how they do their weddings, just different things that have been mentioned in here. I can't remember if she mentioned jollof rice, but yeah, I don't know if I don't think I realized how similar Ghanaian culture is to Nigerian culture. Which makes sense because they are very close to each other. So far it's okay. I would say it's still just like chugging along. But I did read everything yesterday and read a little extra. So it was good. It was good enough for me to like be like, ooh, I want to read a little more. But yeah, I don't know. But today is June 11th, which means The Housemaid is Watching was just released today. I actually stayed up till midnight and was like, oh, let me just see if the book is available. And it wasn't. So then I was Googling, when does Amazon release their Kindle books? And apparently it seems like it might be up to the publisher / sometime between 12 and 3. I don't know, but I woke up like at 7 something and it was there. But I've restrained from reading because I had to go to work. But now I'm gonna read till the sun goes down, quite literally. The Housemaid is Watching is about Millie, the main character from the previous 2 books. It's 12 years later and she moves to the suburbs with her family. The next door neighbors give off weird vibes, and then suddenly, someone on the street turns up dead. Oh, how much do I have to read today? Great question. Let's see. I have to read, it's a high of 78 today. So 78 pages. It'll be really hard not to read the whole book. But I cannot stay up. I want to go to work early tomorrow. Whew, prologue is good. I'm on page 156 and I'm going to make some predictions. So I think that Martha locked the kids in the basement. I think she might have opened the door because she knew it was there and then left it open, and then the kids wandered in, and then she closed it without knowing that they were in there. That's what I think. I think that the opening scene, oh gosh, was Millie killing, what's her name, Catherine? Whatever her name, the neighbor. That's what I think it was. Also, I forgot to say, I think that Martha told the kids what Millie did. Like, she was incarcerated and all that. And I think that's why, what's his name? Nico is acting how he's acting. Page 167, the bracelet was from Enzo. I'm at 47%. So, hi friends. So yesterday I read extra. I read a total of 38 pages extra, and I was missing Rootless, and so I started with that, and then I switched to The Housemaid is Watching. I feel like in Rootless, it's getting to the point where now I'm like, okay, we see the discord going on. Why did the husband not see it? And then I'm also like, we're still like 5 years out. So now I'm like, how much worse will it get? Like, it's already bad. Duh. But I think it's good that I'm reading this book because, again, I relate to her and how she's thinking about things in life. So I think this is good. So I'm interested to see how it ends. But I don't think it's going to be happily ever after, which I like reading books that are not happily ever after because I feel like those are more realistic. If you think about it, let's say like someone gets married, but they like dated 4 people before. All those 4 people are not happily ever afters. Only the one is. So it's like 20%. I don't know what the actual stat is, but you probably have more not happily ever afters than happily ever afters. But yeah, so this I think is not going to end in happily ever after. That is my current prediction. And then I made some predictions on The Housemaid is Watching, so I'll insert those here. Because I was reading really late. Yesterday I read a total of 122 pages, so we're 4 for 4 so far. And today it's a high of 89. I have a situation where I am in 2 reading groups for my church. One is tonight at 7 p.m. and the other is tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. And I have not read. So I have about an hour and a half. Not even, because I have to drive there. I have like an hour to read 30 pages in this one, which I think is very doable because the font, yeah, it should be okay. And then I have to read 4 pages in this one before 7 a.m. tomorrow. So that's what we're gonna start with. And then I'll come back after the group and read some fiction. Okay, friends, so yesterday I didn't finish my reading for the reading group, but I think there was only one question in the reading group that actually you needed to have read the book, but I will catch up for the next one. But yeah, I only read, I think, 10 pages. I needed to read 30. Basically, I should have started earlier, but I ended up getting distracted, so my cousins came over and we talked for a little bit. Toby Ju?
No.
Why? The internet wants to see your beautiful face. Then I also, probably before the fall, because I was really tired last night after work and reading group and all that. So I just fell asleep, didn't finish all my reading, which is sad. But I am reading more, so it's a win overall. But today, the high is 85, I believe. So 85 pages. I am 15 pages in. I just went to the doctor's office to get my allergy injections and then read a little bit. For The Housemaid is Watching, what to say? I think we just got to the scene that was the opening scene. So if you're unfamiliar with Freida Mcfadden's book, she typically starts with just like the end scene or like a crazy scene with a murder or something going on, and then the rest of the book is like what happened and what led up to it. So we just got to the opening scene. It happened, but the whole book has been Millie, the main character, throughout the 3 books. The whole book has been her POV. So I'm guessing we're about to switch to someone else's POV to see what actually happened. And so I have a new prediction on what I think, but I'm not going to tell you because I'm already, 59% of the way through. So I feel like it's a little too late to be like discussing in depth. But I have a new prediction. It feels obvious, but I have a little prediction in the back of my head of like, this makes sense based on other things that have happened, but it's less obvious, at least right now. And so I think that prediction is probably what I would like put on my bingo card of like, this is what happened. But I don't know how at all. At all. Yeah. So I think this is shaping up to be better than the second book for sure. But the first book is the trump card. But anyways, I'm probably going to finish this today. But let's keep reading. I was in the right vein for my new prediction, but I wasn't entirely correct. I finished the book yesterday, but let's talk about it really quick. So basically, I would say I would recommend book 1 and maybe this one, not book 2. You can skip The Housemaid's Secret entirely. I think this one was an okay read. It was definitely like suspenseful and definitely wanted to know what happened, and just because of the opening scene. And you know that Freida Mcfadden always has crazy plot twists. And so, but overall, I would say, okay, so this book happens 12 years after the second book, which I think is like 2 or 3 years after the first book. So Millie has a family, and that makes it a little bit more exciting. But overall, the Freida books that I've read, but overall in the Housemaid's series, Freida Mcfadden always starts with one POV and part 1, and then 2, 3, 4 would be someone else's POV. And it's the same in this one. And Millie's POV in part 1, it just felt a little repetitive with certain things that Millie was saying, and it was a little annoying because I was like, Freida, I know Millie probably isn't the one who did it because you're like serving that up to us on a platter. And so yeah, I just think it was okay. I would rate it 3 stars overall, like a high 3, higher than The Housemaid's Secret, but not anything really crazy to rate about. More like if you're already in the world, then and you want to, sure. If you have Kindle Unlimited because it's free on there, sure, go ahead. But 3 stars. Also, it didn't feel particularly thrilling. It was more like, oh, like what happened? So I don't know. And then this morning I picked up 2 books from Austin Kleon's trilogy, which I already had Seal Like an Artist, but I got Keep Going, which I haven't read, and then Show Your Work, which I have read. So I want to read Keep Going and Show Your Work before next weekend. So reread this one and then read this one for the first time. Yeah, because I'm working on a project, and so I think these would be helpful for that going into the project. But I might spend some time reading that today. And then Rootless also might end up reading, TBD. Today it's a high of 86 degrees and it's currently 86. And so I have many pages to read today. Keep Going is about 10 ways to stay creative, focused, and true to yourself for life. My biggest takeaways from Keep Going is, 1, that I should think about having a routine or finding a way to implement creative time into my current routine, and then also to not go to my phone first thing in the morning. But overall, I would say it's 4 stars. I think it wasn't anything too novel. However, the other 2, Seal Like an Artist and Show Your Work, I think were 5 stars for me. These ones I would definitely reread again and again and again, like potentially multiple times a year, versus this one, maybe, probably not, but it was good. So that's Austin Kleon's books. And then a little recap for the week. So started with Rootless, had no idea what genre it was. But it is general fiction and it's getting to be good. Don't know what I would rate it right now. Maybe like a 4. I don't know. TBD, only halfway though. So there's more to go. Read The Housemaid is Watching, 4 stars. Enjoyed it, nothing crazy. And then same thing for Keep Going basically. This video was really fun using the weather to determine how many pages I read. It forced me to read every day and it's just like, I don't know, you can't like get ahead, at least the way I did it. And so it built consistency in reading, which is good. I enjoyed it. And if you liked it, please give it a like and I'll see you in the next one.